Hey, what's up, guys? Gaburo Inquires here. This is going to be a really brief video explaining different offerings that you can give to spirits and whatnot in relation to basically providing through the form of offerings, astral energy to any potential workings that you might have in the future, as well as workings that you have going on right now. Because this is something that I get asked a lot. Let's just say in comment sections, as well as people who I interact with online, and so on and so forth, in terms of what offerings do I give to spirits? What are the best offerings and whatnot? And the short answer for that is literally stuff that correspond to their planetary alignment or their zodiacal alignment or their nature in general or the integrity of not the integrity, but let's just say the nature of the working itself that you have going on. For example, um if I'm doing a destruction working, if I'm actually trying to basically um make someone feel their karmic wrath, basically. The best form of an offering are stuff that is destructive in nature, stuff that is actually violent. So for example you can give a destructive spirit like something in the form of daggers, swords, a crossbow, literally. Even if you want to go all out and literally get him something that can be used to cause bodily harm or just something that is violent in nature. You can basically provide them with ammunition. You can, if you want to go the fancy route, once again, you can literally buy the spirit and then, a firearm, literally. You can literally, there's many possibilities in relation to providing it with stuff that resembles the destructive nature of the working itself. If you would like protection from a spirit, you can buy it yourself. You can basically provide the spirit with a shield, various shields. It doesn't literally have to be stuff that correspond to the nature of the working itself. It can just be one thing and that correspond to the working itself, and the rest can literally just correspond to that specific spirit's planetary alignment, such as Mars. Since we're going over Martian based working, such as destruction and protection, it can be provided stuff like dragon's blood incense, um, red candles, Martian fragrance oils, stuff of that nature. Literally, stuff that literally corresponds to that spirit's nature, his very nature, his background. You can give it stuff that is, like spicy food, spicy soup, hot sauce, literally stuff like that, jalapenos, stuff like that, literally. Um, if it's a working that has to do with clairvoyance, okay, and the spirit corresponds to like something along the lines of Cancer or or Pisces in nature and whatnot. The spirit's Piscean. You can provide it watery based stuff. Since clairvoyance primarily, more or less, the majority of these watery zodiac signs out there deal with clairvoyance. Literally, well, literally, they do, all of them, such as Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. And you can give it just watery based stuff. Candles corresponding to that spirit's planetary alignment, such as if it's Jupiterian in nature or Neptunian and whatnot. You can give it blue candles, blue incense, Jupiterian fragrance oil, stuff like that. Literally, if it's lunar, you can give it lavender stick incense, stuff like that. Okay, this is just stuff that you have to keep in mind when it comes to going about and providing offerings to spirits in relation to the integrity of the working itself, the very nature and the reason why you're even executing the working. Okay, for example, if I want to go hunting in the wilderness, okay, if I'm a hunter basically, which I'm definitely not, but just for example's sake, um and the spirit that I'm dealing with corresponds, or his specialty is in dealings of a hunting nature, then I can get I can get like protective stuff, okay, stuff that will protect me from basically basically being let's just say like stepping into harm's way in a wilderness, such as um like camouflage wear, okay, camouflage outfits or a camouflage jacket. You can get it stuff like um like a hunting shotgun. You can get a stuff like protective gear, such as like shoulder pads or something like that. elbow pads, knee pads, you name it, stuff like that. Okay, you can also give it stuff like a compass, okay, stuff that literally represents you being out in the wilderness and hunting, okay, stuff like uh stuff that I previously mentioned and whatnot, stuff that has to do with the nature of the very working itself. You literally have to think and look at the working and say, hey, if my working is abundant in nature in terms of making me more financially stable, then I will have to get this spirit stuff that is flashy, stuff that resembles being someone amongst a higher class of society, someone who's financially stable, such as getting a set spirit. It doesn't have to be expensive, literally, um, but getting the spirit like watches, stuff that is dipped in gold, such as gold jewelry or jewelry that is dipped in gold. Once again, you can get it necklaces, you can get it nice bracelets, you can get it stuff that is gold colored in nature, such as a nice clock that I have my that I gave my vice lord. It's really really nice. I'll showcase it in a bit, but it's a golden clock. Literally, it's just all gold around, and it has nice little flower engravings on the glass. It's really really nice. But stuff that is extravagant in nature, stuff that really resembles you being financially stable. And that's pretty much everything that you have to keep in mind. You have to look at your working and basically just evaluate the nature of it, and then give it stuff corresponding to that, to the basis of that working itself, or just give it stuff corresponding to the spirit's planetary alignment. And that is pretty much all. It's not rocket science, literally. Um, because I notice people have troubles or issues going about giving proper offerings to spirits and whatnot. So I hope this helps out a lot in that regard. But in general, if you can't get anything like that, okay, if you live in the fucking, I don't know, in the middle of nowhere or something, or let's just say, for example, you just can't get your hands on anything that has to do with the spirit's planetary alignment, or the nature of the working, or anything like that, you can just literally give it anything. You can literally give a spirit anything. Anything has astro energy. A fucking cup, a fucking phone has astro energy. Um, this controller right here to my TV has astro energy. Everything has astro energy. You can literally just give it wine. You can give it any, various different forms of alcohol, whiskey, beer. You can give it anything. As long as it has astro energy, and as long as it's the magnitude of the energy that is attached to the item is mention worthy, is worth it in terms of giving it to a spirit, then yes. Not only that, but it also has to be something that is worth giving as well, because if I were a spirit, I would actually be highly concerned if someone were to give me, like a freaking, like a plastic cup or a fucking shoe or something like that. You actually have to be considerate in terms of what you give an offer to a spirit. So that is pretty much everything that you have to keep in mind. Like I said, it's not rocket science. You just have to basically evaluate everything and know what you're about to give based on the premises of everything that you have going on in the planet's in the spirit's background, and that is all. Alright guys, so I turned on my light really fast so that I can show you guys an example on the type of offerings that one should give off to a spirit in relation to the nature of the working and that spirit's planetary correspondence, or just the stuff that they deal with basically. So let's get right to it. And I will be showcasing my thrice patron Lord Hanya's altar. So this is Lord Hanya's altar. And as you can see, since Venus deals with music, musical arts, specifically arts, and music falls under art, it deals with love, it deals with beauty, it deals with balance, clairvoyance to a certain degree, specifically Libra deals with that, and so on and so forth. I've given my Lord various different things and items and whatnot in relation to his nature. So I remember when Hania way back, let's just say like 8 months ago, almost this was almost like 11 months ago at this point, so half a year ago, literally half a year ago. My patron Hania basically bestowed upon me a dream of me being in a newer apartment than where I'm at now, but his altar was still there. The same altar was there in the dream. um and yes, instead of his altar just having everything else, it had a flute in the middle, just like how it is right now. And he basically, it was a reference to him just wanting me to seek him out a flute based on his nature, his musical nature, since he deals with music. You know, music falls under art, as I mentioned. So yes, he wanted me to get him like a musical implement, implementary offering and whatnot. So I got to it and I sought it out, and lo and behold, I put it exactly how it was slanted over his altar in the dream. And this is just an example, in relation to stuff that you can give to spirits. Now, when it comes to this is literally just a margarita chaser, if you will, with lemon, flavored in lemon. And this is just a Modelo beer and whatnot. These are just stuff that you can just give these guys since it has energy attached to it. It goes a long way. But when it comes to stuff that actually corresponds to their nature, I have tortoise incense right here. I have a flute based on Hania's beloved artistical nature. I have Venusian fragrance oil, um, stuff like this as well. Hold on, let me showcase you guys Kabbalistic oils as well, which is something that I need to basically I need to purchase some more for my Lord. But yeah, Nazak. And you can see the seller right there on Etsy. I highly recommend these guys. They have good stuff. You can go check them out. The Empress and Hierophant. And various different other stuff really. I got him basically like this stone thing right here in relation to the earth-like aspect of Venus, since Venus, one of Venus's elements is earth. Specifically the tortoise aspect of Venus versus the Libra aspect, which is Ariel. Some Venusian pentacles. This is the if I'm not mistaken, this is the I think this is the first pentacle of Venus. I don't remember the number correctly, but this is something to amplify Venusian workings, to boost my Lord Hania's Venusian faculties, so that our workings could be more potent in nature. And but this is not an offering. This is something to just boost the workings in general. You can give him jasmine incense as well. Going down to the bottom section of his altar, I given him various different plants and flowers that are all in the back, like in the far back end of the bottom section of his altar. Some more fragrance oils as well over here. That is a plate of food that I gave him, some canned food and whatnot. And since Haniel is a due to his nature, he likes like heavy based food, stuff that is like heavy and solid and whatnot, as opposed to something like my fifth patron, Lilith. Lilith likes light based stuff, that stuff that is not spicy, stuff that is liquidy, stuff that is just light in nature. And yeah, I also gave him like a female like statue right there that is nice and beautiful and green and whatnot. And it's just another reference to his artistical nature and stuff like that. Okay, so this is just a brief example of stuff that you can give out to a spirit in relation to workings that you have going on and an offering that you would like to basically provide to the spirit. And that is all. Another thing too is cologne or perfume, if you will. This can also go a long way. You can basically seek out any perfumes that you would like that would fit properly to these guys' nature, such as if you come across a perfume at a mall or something, a shopping area, and you like how it smells, it has kind of like for example, a Venusian like smell attached to it, then you can get it that. You can get the spirit that and place it on the altar and go about and take care of business. I got him a nice vase. This is a nice classical vase that I got a while back, and the paint is this is all actually hand painted. Like you can actually feel the engraving and everything like that. Not literally engraving, but you can feel the paint hacks, the layers of paint on it. It's really really nice. This is a Japanese styled vase. It's really really beautiful. And yes, just stuff like that. This is pretty much everything that you have to keep in mind. So that is pretty much all, guys. Hold on one second. So yeah, with all being said, I hope you guys better understand the how to maneuver in basically better offer. I'm sorry. Just how to properly make offerings to spirits and whatnot. What to properly give to a spirit in relation to offerings and whatnot. How to go about and deal with offerings. So that is all, guys. And take it easy. Bye bye.